Okay, good morning all. Today we are going for discussing the equipotential surfaces and potential gradient. The potential gradient and equipotential surfaces, which is very after that, after knowing the electric potential, we have to know what is the equipotential surfaces, what is the potential gradient, E equal to minus del V. What is del operator? That what is very important for electromagnetic fields, that we go for now. Equipotential surfaces. Equipotential surface means where potential is equal in all surfaces. The equipotential surface is an imaginary surface in which electric field of given charge distribution in which all points on the surface are at same electric potential. Let us go for sharing the file, PDF file. After that we go. Previously we know what is potential. Let us solve one numerical problem. After that we go for equipotential surfaces and potential gradient. A point charge of 6 nanocoulomb is located at origin in free space. Find potential of point P if P is located at 0.2 minus 0.4, 0.4 and A equal to V equal to infinity, B is V equal to 0 at 100, C is V equal to 20 volts at minus 0.5, 1 minus 1. This is the given problem. A point charge of 6 nanocoulomb is located at origin in free space. Let us solve this problem. What they given, a point charge of 6 nanocoulomb is located at origin. A 6 nanocoulomb is. Okay, see this. First is V equal to 0 at infinity, we have to calculate. The reference is that infinity. Hence, absolute potential will come to picture. A point charge of 6 nanocoulomb is located at 0, 0, 0. A point P is located at 0.00, 0.2 minus 0.4, 0.4. Okay, this is the given. Diagram is a point charge is 6 nanocoulomb is located at 6 nanocoulomb is located at origin. A point P is, what is the absolute potential at P? We have to calculate, because V equal to infinity, at V equal to infinity we have to calculate. At V equal to infinity, Vp equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught Rp. The point P from the distance is Rp. From the origin, what is the distance point P is Rp? Assume that the Rp is 0.2 minus 0, x2 minus x1, it is x1, it is x2. Assume that x2, y2, z2. All coordinates are x1, y1, z1 are 0, 0. From the distance is 0.2 minus 0 square plus minus 0.4 minus 0 square plus 0.4 minus 0 square. From that Rp, the distance vector is given as 0.6. Okay. Therefore, potential V at infinity, that is absolute potential at point P, it is Vp. The potential at point P is Vp. That is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught Rp. In this formula we are substituting. 6 into 10 power minus 9, the charge is 6 nanocoulomb is given. 6 nanocoulomb, the charge is 6 into 10 power minus 9 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. Epsilon naught value is 8.854 into 10 power minus 12. That is permittivity of free space. Absolute permittivity, it is also known as 0.6 is the distance we obtained. That is 89.874 volts. That is the absolute potential, or V equal to infinity. A bit answer is. Now we go for B1. B is V equal to 0 at 100. That is the B bit. Okay, a point charge 6 nanocoulomb is located at origin and a point P is located at this position. We calculated absolute potential. At infinity means, if you refer the infinity, then it is the absolute potential. The concept of absolute potential we already solved in previous classes. Okay, now we go for B bits. How to solve the B bit? The B bit is V equal to 0 at 1, 0, 0. V equal to 0 at 1 comma 0 0. The charge is located at origin. Again, the point P is located, and the point R, another point we consider as 1 comma 0 0 0, that is R. Now the distance from the origin to the point P is 0.2, 0.4, 0.4. The point P is located at previously. Now another point is 1 comma 0 0 0. The point is. Now what is the potential? Vp equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught Rp plus another point C plus C it is. Now Vr equal to at 0 0 0 is, what is the potential at point, another point they given as V equal to 1 comma 0 0 0. That is given as Vr equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. The distance is, we assumed that Rr plus C. Rr equal to 1 minus 0 plus 0 square plus 0 square. That is x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square plus z2 minus z1. All are zeros. Okay, here and this is x1, y1, z1. 0 0 0 origin is the x1, y1, z1. The origin is there where the charge is located. And R is 1 comma. After calculating this, the distance is 1 you will get, because only 1 comma 0 0 the point is. Now if you substitute the Vp, if you substitute 6 into 10 power minus 9, and this is 1 plus C, C equal to minus 53.964, that is Rr, where V equal to 0, it is assumed to be 0, and C equal to minus 53.9264. The Vr is given as 0. The potential at point R is assumed that as E. C, one constant C equal to minus 53.9624. You obtain that. After that, potential at point P, that is Vp equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught Rp plus C. Now we are substituting this C as minus 53.9624 here in this equation, then 35.9509 volts you are obtained. This is the with reference to 1 comma 0 0 0 where V equal to 0 volts. Okay, now that is the potential at point P due to another point with reference to that. This is a reference to 1 comma 0 0 where V equal to 0. Now we go for another point C. Related to electric potential. Okay, the Vp, after that constant you will obtain C equal to minus 15.95. After that, potential at point P due to another point only C changes, that is the reference changes, hence Vp changes. This is the numerical problem. Now we go for another topic, equipotential surfaces. Now we go for equipotential surfaces. In an electric field, there are so many points. Electric potential is same. This is because why the potential is same? Because of the potential is a scalar quantity which depends on distance. The equipotential surfaces, before going to that, what is equipotential surfaces? The potential is constant or potential is equal. Equal potential means equipotential surfaces. Equipotential surfaces where all the points the potential is same. Okay, that is the potential is a scalar, potential gradient is a vector. That is the potential gradient we will discuss after this topic. The equipotential surface is an imaginary surface in which electric field of given charge distribution, in which all the points on the surface are same. The potential difference between any two points, if you consider any two points in any potential surfaces, if suppose a charge is Q located at somewhere, due to that in this surface a charge is Q is located. If you assume that, if you consider any two points, the potential is same, that surface is known as equipotential surfaces. Let us see that also. The potential difference between 2 points on the equipotential surfaces is always 0. That is the key point. The potential difference between any 2 points on, suppose if you consider any surface, if you consider any surfaces, the potential charges Q is located. The potential between any 2 points, the potential difference between any points, that is 0. Thus, work done in moving a test charge from one point to another point in equipotential surface is always 0. The work done in moving a test charge in equipotential surface lo oka test charge move cheyalante one point to another point, that is always 0 in equipotential surface. Let us consider a point charge located at origin. Here the origin is, this is the origin, the point charge Q is located at the origin of a sphere. Assume that the charge is located in a sphere having radius R. The radius is R, but we are taking so many points, that is R1, R2, R3 are with the radius. The potential at any point which is at radial distance R, the potential at any point, suppose if you want to measure the potential at point P, that is assume that it is a potential at point P. Assume that at a point P, or you can take any point, what is the potential V equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R, 4 pi epsilon naught. The distance is R1 we have to consider. So all the points which are at distance R from the point Q, the potential is same. The potential is same. All the points which are at a distance R, in this, all the points, if you consider any point here also, you can consider any point here or any point charge in any point P here also. If you consider around this with a distance R, the potential is same. Here distance is R1, that may be R also. You can consider when the distance is R1 from the point Q, the potential is same, and surface joining all such points is known as equipotential surface. Have to understand this. If you consider at a distance R1, what is the potential is given by Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R1. If you join all the points, potential will be constant, because V equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. At this condition also, at this position also, it is R1. Similarly, at R equal to R1, R2, if the potential is same, if you consider it is R2, it becomes R2. Potential at this point is R2. If you join all the points, then it is a equipotential surface. Similarly, it can be denoted that V is inversely proportional to distance. Already you know that V is inversely proportional to distance. If the point is changing, if the distance is R3, assume that it is R4. If the distance increases, potential will decrease. But all these points having same potential, that is known as equipotential surface. At V1, the equipotential surface is R equal to R1 is highest. Potential will be higher. R1, V1 is higher, V2 is lesser than V1, V3 is lesser than V2. Similar, that is V1 is greater than V2, because potential is inversely proportional to distance. V1 is greater than V2 and greater than V3. As we move away from the charge, the electric field E decreases, hence potential of the equipotential surface goes on decreasing, while equipotential surface goes on electric field increasing as we move against in direction of electric field, while the potential of equipotential surface goes on increasing as we move against the direction of electric field. That is equipotential surface. This concept is known as equipotential surfaces. All potential will be on one surface, all the potential point between two potentials will be equal to 0. If you move any test charge, suppose if you consider another charge Q2, the work done becomes 0 in equipotential. What is work done? All we discussed previously. equipotential surfaces, we know that potential V equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R. If we consider R1 distance, R1 it is. As the distance increases, potential will decreases. Okay, similarly, if you consider R2 distance, at a distance R2, similarly, if you consider distance R2, then V is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R2. As distance increases, the point as the distance increases, potential reduces because V is inversely proportional to distance. If you join all the points with the same distance R1 or R2 or R3, then a potential surface will be obtained that is known as equipotential surface. As we know that the work done in moving a test charge in any closed path, that is equipotential surface, is 0. It is seen that the work done in moving a test charge around any closed path, that is equipotential surfaces, on the equipotential surfaces, the work done is 0. Hence static electric field is 0. This is because starting and terminating point of is same for all closed path. ఒక క్లోజ్డ్ పాత్ ఆల్రెడీ మనం చూసాం కదా, ఈక్విపొటెన్షియల్ సర్ఫేసెస్ ఎలా ఉంటాయో ఆ పొటెన్షియల్ అంతా కాన్స్టాంట్గా ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి అక్కడ ఒక మనం టెస్ట్ ఛార్జ్ మూవ్ చేస్తే, బికాస్ ద వర్క్ done is integral V A to B, that is the integration we have to carry out from the initial point to upper limit and lower limit. The integration becomes 0, hence work done is 0. Such integral over a closed path is denoted as closed path E dot dl equal to 0. This sign indicates that integral over a closed path, such a field having property given by the equation 1, assume that it is a equation 1, in any closed path E dot dl equal to 0. The equation 1 associated with it is conservative field. What is conservative field? Where work done is 0, it is conservative field or lamellar field. This indicates that work done in moving a potential or work done in moving a test charge between 2 points is independent of the path joining the 2 points. E dot dl equal to 0 for equipotential surfaces. That is conservative field. Conservative field, the work done becomes 0. Work done becomes 0 because the limits are it is a same distance R1. If you consider R1 with the radius R1, the potential at this point is same, and R1 it is also R1. The potential at this point also same. Hence work done is 0 because the limits upper limit and lower limit are same limit will be there, R1 only. R1 to R1, if you integrate R1 to R1 over any closed path, then it becomes 0. Now we go for potential gradient. If you consider electric field E bar due to a positive charge which is placed at origin of a sphere, already we saw that equipotential surfaces, a point charge is placed at origin, then V equal to potential V is given as minus integral E dot dl. The potential is given as, that is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R. The potential can be calculated from Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R, or if you know electric field intensity, integral E dot dl, that is potential we can calculate if you know E. The potential decreases as the distance changes. That is already we saw in the figure, previous diagram, equipotential surface. Now we go for potential gradient. What is potential gradient? The rate of change of potential with respect to distance is known as potential gradient. As we know that as distance increases, the potential will decreases. As the distance increases, the potential will decreases. That is equipotential surfaces. We know in previous topic. The rate of change of potential with respect to distance is known as potential gradient, that we will see now. If you take line integral of E dot dl is potential, already we saw that E dot dl is potential minus E dot delta L, that is change in potential, the rate of change of potential with respect to distance, the rate of change of potential with respect to distance is called potential gradient, that is given by dv by dl equal to limit del tends to 0, delta L tends to 0, delta V by delta L. You can see this, the potential gradient. If you consider equipotential surfaces, it is one of the part, it is a round surface, one of the part we consider. It is at a distance r1 or r2, whatever by the distance r1, assume that it is a point charge is located at origin. Okay, the equipotential surfaces at point A and point B, what is the potential? Delta V, assume that, but delta V becomes 0. The 2 points on equipotential surfaces A and B. 2 points A and B we consider on equipotential surfaces. What is the change in potential? It is delta V, assume that, but delta V becomes 0 as delta L tends to 0, or the radius is r1 or r2 if you assume. The radius is r1 or r2 if you assume. The potential gradient is rate of change of potential with respect to distance is known as potential gradient, and is given by dV by dl equal to, you can see now. To find relation between E and V, consider E bar due to a particular charge distribution in space. The electric field E bar and potential V changing from point to point in free space. Assume that electric field E bar due to a particular charge distribution, a potential electric field E bar we are considering. Assume that a charge is there. Due to that charge, what is electric field produced? That is E bar, and potential V changing from point to point on free space. It is also equipotential surfaces. Consider a vector incremental length delta L. Delta L is the incremental length making an angle with respect to direction of E bar. Suppose the direction of E bar is in this direction, theta is the angle between delta L and E. To find incremental potential, we use delta V equal to minus E dot delta L. Already we know that V equal to minus E dot dl, integral E dot dl. dl is nothing but here delta L we assumed, that is delta V equal to minus E bar delta L. That is integration also we can apply, or we can, it is very small length, very small potential, change in potential, delta V is minus E dot dl. Delta L equal to delta L AL, assume that its direction is AL, where AL is the unit vector along the direction of delta L. Now we can write the dot product means product of magnitudes of one quantity and components of in direction. So delta E dot delta L is the product of components E bar in the direction of AL. Therefore we can write E dot delta L equal to EL AL dot delta L AL, as AL dot AL is equal to 1. Already you know that AX dot AX equal to 1. The dot product of same quantity will be equal to 1 unit vector. Therefore E dot delta L is EL delta L you will obtain. Okay, that is E dot delta L equal to EL delta L. Therefore delta V equal to minus EL delta L, where EL is the component of E bar in direction of delta L, that is AL. In other words, dot product can be expressed in terms of cos theta as, the dot product of in terms of cos theta is E dot delta L is magnitude of E bar, magnitude of delta L into cos theta. Therefore we can write delta V equal to minus E dot E delta L cos theta. We can write like that directly. The magnitude is E bar and delta L cos theta. Therefore delta V by delta L equal to minus E cos theta. If you send this to this side, delta V by delta L equal to minus E cos theta. To find delta V at a point, take delta L tends to 0. To find delta V at a point, any point, delta V if you want, that is the change in potential, limit delta L tends to 0, delta V by delta L we can apply, that equal to E cos theta. From that, but limit delta L tends to 0, delta V by delta L equal to delta V by delta L, that is potential gradient. The change in potential with respect to distance is known as potential gradient. That is dV by dl equal to minus E cos theta. Okay, by applying this Finally, the mathematical operation on V by which E minus E bar is obtained is called gradient. That is, gradient of V or potential gradient V, delta V equal to gradient of V, we can say that. Gradient means here del operator is known as gradient. The gradient V that is equal to del V, or delta V or del V equal to gradient of V equal to minus E volts per meter. That is, E bar equal to minus del V or minus grad V, gradient of V it is. The equation 11 gives the relationship between E and V. It is very important equation. E equal to minus del V. E equal to minus del V is known as potential gradient. Equation 11 gives the relationship between E and del V. E and V, electric potential V and electric field intensity E. What is the relation is E equal to minus del V. Now E bar is a vector but V is a scalar. E bar is a vector but V is a scalar. Potential is a scalar. Potential gradient is a vector. Hence remember that gradient of V, that is potential gradient, is a gradient of any scalar becomes vector. The gradient of any scalar becomes vector. That is the important one. E equal to minus del V or gradient V minus gradient V, or gradient of any vector, any scalar is a vector. What is gradient? What is del operator? The vector operator del, we can see now. The vector operator del, the space, in space potential V is unique, that is constant. V is unique means constant function of x and y and z coordinates. In Cartesian system, V of x, y, z can be described as, hence it is a total differential potential dV is given by dV, and V is the potential, and derivative of that dV by dV is partial differentiation we are using. dV equal to dou V by dou x dx plus dou V by dou y dy plus dou V by dou z dz. That is, make it as equation. In Cartesian coordinates, what is E bar? In Cartesian coordinates, E bar can be described as Ex plus Ey plus Ez Az. Similarly, del can be described as, in Cartesian coordinates, dxax plus dy plus dz Az. That is, dv equal to minus E dot dl, that is from the potential gradient, that equal to minus Ex dx plus Ey dy plus Ez dz. That is, ax dot ax equal to 1. If you multiply both dx dx plus Ey dy plus Ez and dz, the comparing the equations 12 and 15 we can write as, comparing the equations 12 and 15 we can write Ex as minus dou V by dou x, Ey as minus dou V by dou y, Ez as minus dou V by dou z. Hence, E can be expressed in terms of equation 16, we can write as E equal to minus dou V by dou x ax minus dou V by dou y ay plus minus dou V by dou z az. We can write like this. Hence, E bar equal to minus, if you made common, dou by dou x ax plus dou by dou y ay plus dou by dou z az. We can write like this. Is a scalar, but the operator on V given as a vector. That is, a scalar ku del operation cheste emotadi partial differentiation, it is a vector, it becomes. The potential V is a scalar, but operator on del operator on V given as a vector, and it is called del operator denoted as del. The operation of del on scalar V is a gradient of V, that is, del equal to dou by dou x. This formula is very important. What is del operation? Partial differentiation of V, or del is nothing but partial differentiation only. Dou by dou x ax plus dou by dou y ay plus dou by dou z az. That is, if you substitute V here, E bar equal to minus del V. E bar is minus del V. It is the potential gradient of gradient. Okay, that is the potential gradient. We can write E equal to minus del V, where del is nothing but dou by dou x ax plus dou by dou y ay plus dou by dou z az. That we have to remember. This formula is very important for next future coming chapters. Okay. The potential gradient for different coordinates, Cartesian, cylindrical, spherical, Like that it is. What are the properties of gradient? These are also important properties of gradient. Gradient of a scalar is vector. These are the important points. The gradient of any scalar is a vector. The gradient, if you multiply with another one, it is a del of alpha plus beta. How can we apply that? We can see in properties. These are the some properties of gradient.